Howdy folks, today's soap is brought to us from Victory Shaving Company. This one here is Hell's Angels, and on the back side it says here it's agar wood, bergamot, and vanilla. That's what it looks like there on the back side. A lot of information about the title of the soap and whatnot. Pretty cool stuff here. 4 ounces in a metal tin, screw top tin, and decide to mix it up a little bit and decide to go with the Conk Amber. I don't have much in the way of amber in the way of aftershave, so thought why not? I'll just use it today. Excuse me. I got it whipped up here with a brush. Got this one here quite some time ago from Metalworks. He doesn't do this kind of work anymore. It might be kind of hard to see, but in that handle is a fishing fly. Right there in the handle. It's pretty cool. Anyway, it's got like a 24, maybe a 26 millimeter whip dog knot. Like I said, I've had this one for quite a while. Got it whipped up here on the little, you can see it's a little wet. Just a bit, just, you know, almost drip. It'll drip if you get enough on there, but it's fairly wet. And of course it's wet because I'm going with a, this is a Weck hair shaper. The blade is a Kismet, I think that's how you pronounce it. It'll be the first time I go with this particular shaver. And the scales, I like the scales. The hair shaper is the reason why I got it. I thought they just add a lot of color to the shave. This one here shouldn't be confused with a Sexta blade. This one here is a little bit smaller and the weight is different, especially because of the scales. And in case if you ever wonder sometimes what does a guy do if he's I guess you might say planning for a backup plan for a straight razor shave or a shave-at shave, and maybe it may not go so well, or you got a spot you're going to try to catch. I'm back up here. I've got the Parker injector adjustable here. It got on setting 5 or the highest setting, just in case I feel like that spot right through there I need to catch. We'll see how it goes today. I've got more than a day's worth of growth. I've got 2 days worth of growth. Didn't shave yesterday. Already put a matter of fact, I should go ahead and grab it. Preshave oil this morning I put on already. This is from Maggard. This one here is called Sweet Orange. Still sporting that one there. Go ahead and get the face wet here. We'll get started. You'll be interested to see how this turns out. I'm not super familiar with this particular blade. I have used Persona blades for quite a while in hair shaper blades or anything quite like this, but it's you'll see how smooth it is. Those blades aren't exactly cheap. If I find a decent link, I can still smell the soap, which is pretty good for me. Getting this everywhere. I think I'll do that. The blades are a little tough over here in the States to find without paying out the nose for them, especially when it comes to shipping. So if I find one, I'll put a link down below. And it does not fit on all shavers that you think it might fit. In other words, the Dovo Shavette, even with the green insert, this blade does not like to fit in there. So I'm thinking one of these days I'll sit down and see what it may take to modify a green insert in order to get it to handle that blade. I ordered a few more extra green inserts, more or less just for that. See if I can modify one of them, see if I can get it to work. Here we go. I love this color though. Nothing like having color in your shave, right? We'll see how smooth this is. It is a bit lighter. So pressure, you have to, I guess you might say, pay attention to how much pressure you're going to apply. I know, in other words, I've got a Weck Sexta blade that's for like surgical type purposes. So the handle or the scales are metal and the weight is way different than what it is with this one here. It's a pretty heavy shavette, if you will. Blades are pretty smooth though. Today is Monday. Weather's still a little off for May. Get some temperatures up around 80. Now the high I think is supposed to be like 68. It's just moving all over the place. May starting out more like what April would be, I guess you might say. And it's been quite windy. All that stuff blowing around in the air is really affecting my allergies. Have some days that do better than others, but boy, it's been a challenge. Yeah, this blade is pretty smooth. I think it was Patty that mentioned to me about if thought I should give them a try. Will mention this kind of shave probably isn't for everyone. It does take a little bit of patience, determination to learn how to shave with one of these things. It is different. Once you get used to it though, it's one of those, the satisfaction of the shave when you're done. It's pretty nice. Puts a big smile on your face at the end of the shave. Especially if no nicks, cuts, weepers, got both your ears, the whole 9 yards. Not too bad. Right through there on both sides, and I probably will. I have a tendency to seem to catch that with the against the grain pass. A 2-pass shave usually works pretty well for me. In this particular case, it gets the majority of the whiskers taken care of, even on a 2-day growth. At least for me it does. Don't feel the need for a 3rd pass or anything quite like that. It gets pretty darn close. I can still smell the soap. My nose is working really well this morning. It's not always like that. Sometimes I can smell the soap when I first start to lather it up, and sometimes that's all I can smell with my nose, and then other days I can smell the soap, throughout the whole shave. And definitely I can smell it when I'm applying it on the face. But that's awesome. I enjoy it when it's like that. If you watched some of these videos before, one of the things to kind of pay attention to when you're starting out, and it's still every once in a while, somebody will make the same mistake that I do from time to time, is when you first get started, when you first get ready to start your stroke, be careful on how you're starting out. In other words, what Chris would call coming in too hot, end up cutting yourself right off the start. At least for me, I know I've had it happen to me a time or two. Getting started on the stroke, come in, whack myself right out of the gate. Soap does smell great. I like this scent. Agar, the woody scent. It's one of those kind of grows on me. It's I guess you might say it's a manly scent. Those sort of scents have a tendency to work well with my nose. We're supposed to be getting rain, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or something like that. It might have been today. Depends on how it's changed since last time I looked at it. Like I say, weather just, I can kind of feel it. My eyes get really itchy. Not always, but when the weather changed, the wind has a tendency to pick up and blow stuff around. Past few days, my eyes have been pretty sad. Just getting red, irritated. But like Chris, I've got some whiskers way up here. Have to catch from time to time. Worked out pretty well. I have to say these blades do shape pretty smooth. And I don't know if it has also anything to do. Those blades also seem to weigh a bit more than what Persona blades do. Like I say, there's just a tiny bit left right through there. Not enough for me to worry about, but pretty darn smooth. Face feels good. I enjoy these shaves. For me, these are uh, the satisfaction at the end of the shave. I understand it's not everybody's thing. I can definitely understand it. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements alum block here, complete with rubber band this morning. For me, I enjoy the challenge. A little bit of stinging there, right through there. It's been a while since I've used this one here, so I'm sure I got my pressure up just a little bit. I was kind of expecting it, in other words, because it's been too long since I've used it. Need to use it a little bit more often. But these, I think there's one on eBay, if you're looking for one that looks similar to this one here. This scale looks orange to me. The one I noticed on eBay mentioned amber, and it looked an awful lot like this one here. Maybe the color is amber. Looks orange to me. But it is still early, and I haven't had my cup of coffee or my second cup of coffee either. All right, witch hazel. This one here is Humphrey's. It's cucumber melon with a touch of peppermint added for a nice cooling effect. Nothing over the top. Enough to let you know that it's there. Peppermint. Should say something about peppermint. It's, I guess you might say for me, it's very much a cousin of menthol. In other words, when it comes to the cooling effect and what it does for my face, peppermint, in other words, if menthol is not your thing, maybe you might be able to tolerate some peppermint. Peppermint works well for me. Feels really nice on the face. It's not overly cooling or anything like that. My eyes don't water up, doesn't make me squint or anything quite like that. So in other words, if you don't like what menthol slash eucalyptus does for you, for your face and all the other stuff that comes along with it, maybe peppermint or maybe even spearmint might be a better option for you. Face feels good. I can just feel it working. Colonel Conk, I got this one here at the Superior Shave. I'll put a link down below. It's inexpensive. What, $6.14 I think is what it was selling for. It comes with a little plastic stopper in the glass top there. There we go. And that's what the opening looks like. So that's a pretty good size opening. When it's full like this, it'll come out a little slower, but as the more you use it, the more it'll come out. So you got to be kind of careful. It'll come gushing out on you. Like I say, I don't have very many aftershaves. I was trying to think, I may not even have one. I think this is the only one I have that's just straight up amber. Very different for me. I don't have anything, I've got aftershaves that's got amber in it, but nothing just straight up amber. So I thought this would be a good time to give it a try, see what I thought about it. It's very unique for my nose. And today is one thing, tomorrow my nose may be totally different. Had a great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and smooth shaves to you.